that has been helpful, one item of business, but an urgent matter for the Town Council. I'm just checking that everything is working. It seems to be working. We're upstairs this evening. We do apologise, but there are enough of us councillors here to attend to this. The first item of business is apologies for absence. I haven't received any. And number 2, declarations of interest. No? Okay, then we'll go on to the next item of business. You may or may not be aware that the town van that we've been using for the ground staff has recently been involved in an accident and has effectively been written off. So we don't have a valuable asset that we need within the Town Council. As a result, we are holding this extraordinary meeting to review the options to ensure that we have appropriate vehicle in place to provide the services that we are mandated to do so as a council. And I ought to give a little bit of a preface to this. We have spoken in the past about electric vehicles, and we've looked at those at length. In this instance, it's not really a viable option. We need a vehicle that can tow, and even the commercial vehicles that are electric and available at the moment have very limited towing capacity, certainly not the capacity that we would need for the proper operation of this. So there are a number of options within this pack to give an indicative idea of the sort of prices and the vehicles that would be suitable to provide the services. What I will say, for anybody who's been looking for second-hand cars or vans recently, will understand this. Not a great market or time to be buying into. However, needs must, and we do have services that we need to attend to as a council. So, are there any questions, having seen the potential vehicles that we're looking at? Anyone want to make any comments or?
At this point in time, how many of these are still available?
We don't know until we call up, is a simple answer. They are moving on a day-by-day basis. The last one that has been additional is the latest one, and that one is available today. The others may or may not be.
The luridly coloured one has been available for some time, because I saw that some weeks ago.
Which one, sorry?
The luridly coloured pickup.
But the yellow one.
The bright one.
It doesn't suit everybody, does it?
No.
To be fair.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
The Hilux.
It served, it obviously served its purpose in early life, but
It has.
The MOD one, it's sort of yellow and orange and black.
Sorry, Councillor Tyrone. Yeah.
I was just going to say, to our discussion tonight, it's, even if you choose one of them, the fact that we don't know right now whether it's available or not, I think it's more a case of, can we agree in principle what type and
Yes.
what value or budget, and then let the town clerk decide that.
Thank you.
Because, as you rightly say, they'll pop up, they'll go within half an hour, and we'll be having these meetings forever, and I think it is more a case of, one, do we need it? What time do we need? What's the budget that we deem is suitable and acceptable? And then let the town clerk make that decision if agreeable to the council.
Thank you. Fantastic suggestion and one that has been expressed, I feel, as well. We just had another councillor appear up the stairs. So you're welcome to take a chair. If you want to.
Where am I taking it?
Oh, the old ones are the best. So
Councillor Buskey's coming as well.
is he okay coming up the stairs? Does he need any
He wants
assistance?
a hand.
Okay, we'll just hold fire until he's able to attend. I do apologise for this. It is a little bit of a.
Because your emails have been playing up, haven't they?
Okay, there's the chair over here. Thank you. So just to recap for the benefit of the councillors who've just turned up, the council vehicle, as you may or may not be aware, I'm sure Vera's aware because it happened not far from where she was involved in an accident. And as a result, we need another replacement vehicle for the services of the town council. We've had a look at electric. It's at the moment not matured enough on the commercial vehicles to allow it to tow the capacities that we need it to be suitable for the requirements. The requirements really that we've specified on this as part of the the mini brief that Michelle has very kindly put together for us is that we're looking for something that can transport 4 ground staff around. So something that can do that, but also be a utility vehicle that can carry some materials around, perhaps some hand tools and bits and pieces, and also has the capacity to tow. When we've looked at the potential vehicles out there, something like a 4x4 with a cab, crew cab, and the back cover with a tow hitch seems about the best fit. We have a couple of other commercial vehicles in here as well towards the end of the pack that we're added as an additional to have a look at. These are more like a compact transit vehicle, which is an option. However, having explored that, the towing capacity on those is not the same towing capacity as something like the 4x4. It also has potential complications with operator license, because as soon as you are towing a trailer, it's a commercial vehicle with operated over the 3.5 ton gross vehicle weight. If you go outside a certain radius from where it's been operated, you need operator license, which then brings out tachographs and other things that we need to operate within there. So for the sake of simplicity, something like a 4x4 vehicle that would only be towing locally to avoid the need for an operating license, it seems about the best option to hit the criteria, unless any of you got any better ideas.
No, I'd suggest the 4x4 pickup truck with a secure back. It's got the 4 seats for the guys. It's got all the towing capacity you'd ever want. Seems the obvious option.
What normally gets carried in the back?
So you're looking essentially hand tools, trimmers, hedge cutters. So when they did have a big transit, it was always sort of big hearted round, half empty.
Yeah.
The plant that they tend to put in the back is normally handheld equipment.
The facility for going off road as well would be useful.
Yeah, I was then going to bring that up. I think 4-wheel drive should be an essential within the area that we live in. I also think that you said with a secure back, that you can take those off, can't you? So therefore you can transport. And having spent 10 years with the EDP on motors, I'd say the one with the lowest mileage, best service record, the least amount of owners, and
the newest
you can't go far wrong really.
The double cab pickup looks like a good idea. Some of the ones shown, they've got the cover is a flat cover at the back, and some of it is a raised cover that covers up more space. And I think we just need the raised cover with more space.
They are removable. You can
they are, but I feel the option of having the you never quite know what you're doing as a council day to day. So having the utility of a raised back, I would also agree, is a preference.
Something like that.
Something like that, yes.
Instead of like that.
I'd agree. Any other comments? Questions?
Regarding budget, you mentioned that.
Now we all the boxes, has reversing and it's remainder of its it had it says here a 7-year warranty. So 2018, you're going to be getting another 3.5 years left of warranty on it, and some it stops the potential of low costs.
I think it's the automotive workforces, they're the brands to go for because they've got a tried and trusted reputation for workforce, and much as a lot will keep going back to Mitsubishi and Toyota, you can't really go far.
Yeah.
Just a query on this. It says it's a Mitsubishi, and then it says the balance of 7-year Kia warranty on it.
Yeah, it was sold through a Kia dealership.
Okay. Because if that was a typo.
Why I said that again?
I don't know if it has stopped, but I'm showing the live stream isn't working.
Okay, it might be that we've got intermittent internet.
Yeah, my internet went down in here somewhere.
Okay, this is being recorded anyway, so we've got those backed up. Sorry, Vera.
Sorry, I'd go with the Mitsubishi from family experience that has dragged over fields and done everything and it's much older than this one, and it's still going round the clock. It's a real, like that, real workhorse. It really is.
We need something reliable, you know, and something practical. We have, and you know, one of the questions I'm mindful of is this is not a small amount of money.
No.
It's £19,000, and it's something that should be debated and queried. The budget that we have for machinery and plant was for this year around about £40,000 in this area, and the vast majority of that is still available. Yes.
I'd say if we spend a decent amount of money, you know, don't buy something cheap and old. That will last us until electric vehicles are available.
Which is another good point you've raised that I wanted to raise. So yeah, thank you for that. You stole the thunder. You know, if we have it for a few years and we get the use out of it, and then we're able to, at that point, move to something that's more suited and greener and sustainable, great.
Well, something like that with that sort of mileage, you're looking to get 3 years minimum out of it, aren't you?
You are, yes.
Reliable minimum.
Yeah.
And on the Mitsubishi, we've had a couple of show dealers in the past, and you can't fault them. You know, they just go on forever.
They do, yeah, absolutely. And the thing that amazes me, and I know the sort of work it's done and the fields it's been over and what it's carried, what it's trailed, and it's still on the road coming back from Yorkshire and back. So, you know, it is a real workhorse.
Thank you. So, Councillor Tyra.
Sorry, just an obvious question. On insurance, have we got any money from the accidents?
The problem we've got is that they've only just recovered the van last week. They seem to have quite a backlog. There will be some money coming in, but it hasn't been assessed yet.
Okay, so all I'm asking is,
That
yes,
would,
there's expenditure going out. Is there?
yeah, and that ought to be taken, that ought to be factored into the overall equation at some point in the
Yeah,
future.
I'm not saying that should dictate it. It's
No.
the principle,
Yes.
and then it's back to. I totally agree. If you're going to buy something, you pay for what you get.
Yeah.
And then we have got we've got quite a bit of extra space. Got everything else at this stage. That's brilliant. About that and I think it's a case of get specification.
Yes.
Just ask, do we know what the van was listed as in our latest audit? Value asset wise, with
Not without looking.
Damaged.
It was a Ford Custom Transit.
Well, I can't remember the reg to know what age it was.
15.
It's resolved. I don't know off the top
I
of my
will
head.
say it's been in the garage a lot. Before we bought it.
And that's raised another couple of good points on this. When we had the transit vehicle before, lease for a period of time, and that's dead money. And we can lease a van now and ourselves.
Yeah.
And I don't want dead money going into something. I'd rather solve the problem here and now and move forward so that it's a capital asset to the council moving forward.
I think this or something very similar to this.
Yeah, it's the one that's coming today. Yeah, that one there. There we go. You're very welcome to have a look at it here if you want to. I think in principle we're looking for something of around about this age, this mileage, and this specification, and the budget. This is coming in at just under 19. However, if there isn't something that's quite right, but we are obviously looking to say, if we can get this one, great. Okay, so that's the proposal. We're looking for the 4x4. To the specification of this vehicle or similar.
Is it worth just increasing the budget slightly? Bear in mind they are hard to combine.
Yeah, so I mean, my car went up in value.
Looking at this, I found probably 2 or 3 today that were up to around about 22,000. Going once. So shall we say £22,500? Obviously, if we can get this, we have just saved even more money. It's a budget they're looking for that specification. Councillor Lane, and show of hands for approval. Okay, Joe, that's unanimously approved, which draws this meeting to an end. Thank you very much.
Thank you.